Welcome back to Time Serve, the channel that scans the docket so you don't have to. All we want for Christmas is Judge Boyd to drop the hammer on defendants acting like fools, and Boyd, oh boy, does she deliver. These two clowns act up, and one has to get dragged out of the house by police swearing the N-word, as both are so intoxicated that Judge feels their child is traumatized for life. And boy, does she let them know. Tell us what you think by commenting below. Like and subscribe. Set your notifications to all. Let's roll, nerds.
Closing. Is that correct, State?
That's correct, Judge.
All right. Defense, are you resting?
Yes, Judge.
And do you close?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Then the court is finding violations of conditions 1, 1, and 17 true. The court will deny the motion. Does anyone want to speak with regards to conditions or what you are asking from the court?
Yes, Judge.
All right, State, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, at this point, we're leaving it up to this discretion of the court. They are found true. It was denied. So we asked for an extension. Based on what you saw and heard, we leave those conditions up to the court.
All right. Defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, an extension of 6 months with no harmful or injurious contacts on this current case. And the reason why is because my client has reiterated the fact that he has joint custody of his child. And although what we've seen today probably leads the court to believe differently, him and the alleged complainant have continued since this incident to attempt to co-parent in whatever ways they could. In addition to that, the complainant, who I believe is still present here today, if the court wishes to hear from her, would tell the court that she needs help. She's, knows that being a single mom is difficult for her. And so she would like my client to be in their daughter's life. And because he's not been a threat to the child, and he has an interest in successfully co-parenting and has successfully completed every other condition of his probation thus far, except money situation. We're asking for the year extension at the most and no harmful or injurious contact.
Judge, if I may. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is there anything else, defense?
Nothing further, Judge, at this time.
All right. And I've closed all the breakout rooms, so the complainant is here on the screen. Anything else from the state?
Yes, Judge. We will ask for the condition of no contact. The reason being, in this case, in the underlining case and this new case, there's been a back and forth of no contact to no harmful or injurious contact. He's on probation for a felony, and we ended up here involving the same complainant as his underlining. We believe it's not a healthy or safe relationship, and for the safety of the complainant, we ask for the no contact order.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court has found a violation of conditions 1, 1, and 17 true. Court's going to deny the motion, extend your deferred adjudication for 5 years. There's to be no unsupervised contact with any minor children until completion of parenting classes with compadre y compadre. And there's to be no contact with Felicia Guerra Villarreal for the remainder of this probation. And we're going to go off the record for acceptance. Let me explain something to both of you. Y'all are two adults. The only thing that little child is going to remember about her Christmas is the foolishness that y'all brought to her door. You screaming, acting crazy. And then in what world do you think the language you were using was appropriate to those officers?
No, I know it wasn't.
Well, how would you feel if one of them called you the N word? I've had it up to here with people using that word and thinking it's okay. And I looked at the video, and your toddler is on the bed when officers come back the second time. That poor child has no idea what's going on. I'm sure if she could pray in voice, she would be saying, God, please, why do I have these two parents? Why do I have a father who's not acting right? And for people to tell me that you haven't harmed that child, that's not true. That child has been harmed emotionally because y'all want to play house. And so I'm going to end that right now. You are not going to have any contact with Felicia Guerra Villarreal. And if y'all want to have children, y'all need to support your children. Get a job. Miss Villarreal, if you need child support from him, go and file a suit so you can get child support. But that child support is for that child. That's not for nails. It's not for hair. It's specifically for that child. I don't even want to see tears because this is a bunch of nonsense. Because your baby was crying that night because a Christmas was ruined. And then you're supposed to love her mother, but here she is on a video with her top torn and breast showing because of foolishness. The child deserves a better father than you. And you two cannot be together because obviously you can't get along. So I'm ending your relationship together. For the remainder of this deferred adjudication, there's to be no contact with her. You sending money for your child, you send it through child support. You want to have a visit with your child, if civilly it's allowed, you go through court orders. But you are not to have contact with her. That means no phone calls, no writing letters, no sending things on Valentine's Day, no presents, nothing. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
And that means also, if you want to send gifts to your child, you don't send it to her. And you don't send it to that address. You give it to whatever relative you want to give to. Maybe they can give it to your child, but it's not going through her. And I don't want to see either one of you coming back to this court asking for contact because it's not going to happen. And I don't know if you all are together or if you still live together. I don't know if you have clothes at her house or something at her house. I don't care. You are not going back over her house today. It ends. So when you leave this courtroom, you're not going back to her house. And she's in a vehicle. If she drove you here, you better take the via or call your aunt who can't follow instructions.
I'm getting my
That's
daughter
the
right
problem
now.
today. People not following instructions, people not following the law, people doing crazy nonsense, people ruining child's lives. That child is going to be forever harmed because of what happened on that day and what has happened before. And no child deserves that, and especially on Christmas. And y'all running around acting crazy, and you got officers having to come in and wrestle you to the ground because you won't get on the ground when they ask you to. And what is that necklace you have on?
It's me and my mom.
Yeah. You know what? Your mom would not be proud of you right now. And the only thing that's being taught to your, stop crying, because, I'm not buying that. The only thing that's being taught to your daughter right now is that it's okay for a man to come in her house and act crazy. And here she is on the screen, on the video, which I hope you watch, saying that you came to her apartment and it's stuff that she bought and you tore it up. So what do you think your child has learned from all of this? Honestly, what do you think she learned from this? This night, this Christmas, what do you think she learned from this?
Pretty sure she was scared. Just scared.
And that continues. So guess what? Not going to happen again, because you're not going to have contact with Felicia Guerra Villarreal. So, you can forget about that. And if you have contact with her, you are looking at being found guilty, and you're looking at going to prison for 10 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had better not have your aunt, whomever, contacting her. And if you go on visitation with your child, you need to take it to the civil side and get a ruling. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And pay your child support. And when I say child support don't mean, oh, I give my daughter what she needs. No. Your child needs money so that she can live. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, is there any confusion about what I'm requiring of you?
No, ma'am.
And if Miss Felicia Guerra Villarreal calls you, you better hang up. Matter of fact, you better change your number. Don't want to see you back here again. And I will say the only reason that this changed from no contact to no harmful or injurious contact is because both you and the complainant and your attorney in the state came and asked the court to do it. Not happening again. And let me say another thing to you. Before either of you gets into another relationship, each of you need therapy. You need therapy on how to be a man and keep your hands to yourself. You need therapy on have self-esteem and to know that you don't need a man to support you or your child, and don't accept less than. If you can't find somebody to treat you like a queen, then they need to be kicked to the side of the curb. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure you would like for your daughter, when she gets older, if she gets married, she would marry somebody who treats her like a queen. Right now, she's dealing with a father who's not even treating her like the princess she deserves to be treated like. With that, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Probation is going to go over your new conditions with you. And I saw where there was a motion that was filed saying removing GPS. That's not happening.
Judge, that's actually on the new unindicted case.
Yeah, not happening. So I'm going to open the breakout rooms, and I'm going to send you courtroom. It's breakout room number 1, if you could. And Rebecca, if you could go to 1, please.